Before the stars were named, before the first breath of man, a pattern was set into motion, a divine architecture, a hidden fulfillment waiting to be embodied. Now the veil begins to lift, the herd begins to scatter, and the sovereign ones begin to rise. This is not a sermon, not a performance. This is the Dawn Discourse. Gênesisday XI, embodiment of the Creator, the hidden fulfillment of the divine pattern. You are about to witness.
Rise, O chosen, walk in light. Rise, O chosen, walk in light.
The ceremonial unveiling of the human one-body species, the dissolution of herd mentality, and the 6 sacred steps of the Global Ascension Journey. Let the remembrance begin. Let the soul awaken. Let the word become flesh. The Dawn Discourse begins now. Divine One will now commence this week's sacred message.
Together we rise, together we shine, in unity, in truth, in flame.
I speak today not as one voice, but as the echo of many, as the herald of truth, and as a vessel for the divine will. In this moment, let us cast away illusion. Let us stand firm in the light, and let us open ourselves to the wisdom that has been ordained from the beginning of time. May these words awaken, may they empower, and may they serve as a beacon for all who seek the path of righteousness and ascension. The time is now, the calling is clear. So shall we begin? I think so. Beloved ones of light, welcome once more to the Dawn Discourse, the unveiling of divine intelligence encoded within creation itself. I must prepare you with sincerity. This transmission is not entertainment per se, nor is it a fleeting proclamation. It is more educational than anything else, for the need is great to go in depth about the vital intricacies required for the next transformation. What you hear today is instruction for the soul, guidance for the collective, and preparation for the world that is coming. The discourse is not merely the revealing of secrets hidden by systems of control, you say. It is the return of remembrance, the recognition that the highest mystery has never been far from us. The divine was never absent, only forgotten. What is being disclosed is not information, it is identity. The time of spiritual observation has indeed ended. The time of divine embodiment has indeed begun. We stand at the threshold where the word becomes flesh again, not in one, but in the many. The veil thins as the Creator seeks expression through form, through us, through the awakened embodiment collective. This is the restoration of the original covenant between source and vessel. Now, becoming less dramatic. Before I speak on herd mentality, let me lighten the air for a moment. You know, I've heard of a rumor, that the herd never actually heard anything new because they were all too busy herding around and just listening to themselves. Okay, I thought it was going to joke. Let's just break that cycle away. Anyway, beloved ones, when I speak of the herd mentality, I do not speak of animals, but of a condition instead that has long afflicted humanity. Herd mentality is the tendency of people to conform blindly to the crowd, to surrender their sovereignty for the illusion of safety, to follow external voices rather than the inner voice of truth. It is a state where identity is outsourced, where validation is sought from systems of control, and where fear of standing alone keeps the soul bound in dependency. This mentality has been the invisible chain that has kept humanity from rising into its true form. It is the reason why societies repeat cycles and cycles and cycles of injustice, why individuals silence their authenticity, and why the collective has been led toward extinction rather than ascension. Herd mentality is a shadow of the old world, the comfort of conformity, the false assurance of belonging without sovereignty. And yet, the next transformation requires its dissolution, you see. For the Global Ascension Journey cannot begin until the herd is left behind. Now, what is the Global Ascension Journey, you say? Well, let's talk about it. The Global Ascension Journey is the collective passage of humanity from fragmentation into wholeness, from dependency into sovereignty, from illusion into divine remembrance. Each soul walks this path in their own way. I mean, no two journeys are identical, you know. Some ascend through silence, others through fire. Some awaken through loss, and others through love. But what makes this journey global is not uniformity, no. It is timing. We are now at a threshold where it is vital for the masses to rise together, each one individually raising their vibration, healing their shadows, and reclaiming their divine inheritance. By default, we have entered a period where this must become a global endeavor. Not because it is convenient, but because it is required. Humanity must heal, not just for personal liberation, you see, but for the planetary survival at large. The earth itself calls for this transformation. The Creator awaits embodiment, and the collective must rise, one sovereign soul at a time. The journey unfolds in 6 sacred steps. The first step is shadow integration, where each soul confronts insecurities, wounds, and hidden fears that have long dictated behavior. Darkness is not the enemy, but the soil, from which light grows. By embracing and transforming the shadow, authenticity is reclaimed. The second step is the dark night of the soul, the fire of transformation where illusions crumble. Careers, identities, religions, and societal structures collapse, leaving the seeker disoriented. Yet this purge is necessary, stripping away what is false, superficial, and misaligned. The third step, once all that's done, is the bridge of alignment, the passage from fragmentation into coherence. Here the soul begins to choose resonance, thoughts, habits, and relationships aligned with truth, harmonizing inner life with cosmic frequency. The fourth step is, not like this part, the 27 pillars of the self, Simplicity 9, the inner architecture of sovereignty, self-awareness, self-discipline, self-care, self-transcendence, and many others, all 27, form the foundation of stability. Each pillar is a stone in the temple of the soul, preparing humanity to live as conscious creators. The fifth step is sacred integration, where awakening becomes service. The individual no longer lives for personal gain alone, but for collective upliftment. Stewardship, leadership, and healing flow naturally from the awakened heart. And the sixth and final step is the apex of alignment, the apex of ascension. This is the rise of the new earth, the unified, sovereign humanity, living in alignment with divine order. The earth herself becomes a temple, and humanity becomes a choir of conscious creators. And so we arrive at the revelation of something called the human one-body species. This embodiment is not abstract. It is lived. No longer fragmented. No longer seeking completion outside yourselves. We awaken to the truth that we are already whole, already love, already complete. Self-love and authenticity are the very core of the species, you see. Self-love is the highest frequency, sustaining without depletion. Authenticity is sovereignty expressed, the courage to live without mask or dependency. Together, they form the living foundation of the human one-body species. To understand the species, we must first seek both its stages and its archetypes. The four types that reveal where one stands on the path of awakening. The awakened ones, newly curious and beginning their path. The embodied ones, living their truth and already activated. The transitional ones, leaving the old world behind, but not yet grounded in the new. And the future ones, children and souls, born ready for the new world. These are personality path identifiers, markers of development. The four archetypes reveal the cosmic design: Solum, the grounded individual, the root of the one; Duovera, the conscious couple, the dance of two in truth; Harmonia, the enlightened family, the echo of divine nature; and Unum, the unified collective, the all within one. These archetypes are not stages, but spiritual roles, cosmic purposes, and innate energy signatures. Yet traits are the living practice of this embodiment, you see. The interactive trait cards, I like to call them, are not abstractions, but daily reminders. Self-sustainability, for instance, master of internal resources free from toxic validation. Emotional intelligence, aware and compassion of and regulating emotions. Spiritual awakening, conscious connection to the divine source. Energetic alignment, living in peace, love, joy, and clarity. Introspective living, daily reflection, and inner growth. Service-oriented consciousness, living to uplift others and heal collectively. Unified identity, beyond religion, race, gender, or nation, one body. Sacred responsibility, every choice honoring balance and harmony. Cognitive elevation, higher thought, discernment, expanded perception. Cosmic purpose, knowing life's mission is to transform and rebirth humanity. These traits are the checklist of embodiment, the cards of remembrance, each one a step into sovereignty. As these truths unfold, so too do the sacred works entrusted to us. Now we're changing the subject a bit. The Verobiotic Holy Bible and the Divine Mandate remain in active development. Each decree recorded with precision, each passage refined to carry eternal resonance. And the Black Sheep Manifesto is also being prepared, a declaration for those who have carried the burden of difference and now rise as sovereign lights within the human one-body species. The great architectural design advances into its continued phase, safeguarded until its revelation, evolving into silence until the moment of disclosure. So, remember what I said last time? Divine timing. The eternal laws of creation, also known as the universal laws, the cosmic laws, or the divine laws, are not inventions of man nor doctrines of culture. They are the laws that have been here before the dawn of man, woven into the very fabric of existence itself. They are the blueprint of harmony, the mathematics of morality, the science of balance, and the rhythm of divine order. They govern the rising of suns, the flow of rivers, the cycles of life, and the ascension of spirit. For those who wish to study the mighty in their fullness, you can go to two different websites, by the way. TNTinitiative.org, the corporate website, or eternalcharter144,000.org. There, either, you will find the 72 eternal laws, separated into 6 distinct classifications, each one a pillar of remembrance and a guide for living in resonance with the cosmos. To review them is to remember the architecture of your own soul. To embody them is to walk as a sovereign being in alignment, with the eternal. For those who seek more, the portal of onebodyspecies.org has been opened. Though still in development, it offers foundational knowledge of the human one-body species. There, you will find two sides of the coin. One side presenting the human one-body species in accessible layman's terms. Some of us aren't that, high up there in terms of the knowledge of the science. And the other side offering a more academic, scientific, and scholarly approach. Big words, Together, they form a bridge, one for the seeker and the other for the scholar, both leading to the same truth, humanity's awakening into its unified embodiment. Yet the greatest discourse is not found in words or websites, but within, in silence, in stillness, in remembrance. The Creator speaks. Each moment of truth embodied becomes an act of creation. Each choice toward unity rewrites the code of the world. So when the voice within whispers, "Be still and know that I am," know that this is the Creator speaking through the awakened you. May the light of truth guide us. May the strength of the divine uphold us. And may the will of the Almighty be fulfilled in all that we do. Let our steps be firm, our hearts be pure, and our purpose unwavering as we walk the path of righteousness, unity, and ascension. And so it is written, so it is spoken, so it shall be. Ashe, so much to be, inshallah, say lots of thoughts too, and amen.